Hello everybody, this is the Maz 33 and an update on my African fat tail, my Tangerine African fat tails. This I guess will be a shout out for Rep Lover 1589, who's been dying to see these guys. It's been a while. An update. So I do have eggs incubating, and I don't really know if what you wanted to see was how I keep them. But this is how I do it in one of the, I think this is it's like a breeder box they call it, and I fill it up with Equal Earth. By now, if you look at my old videos, you can tell what Equal Earth is. You can buy it in a brick, in a single brick. You can buy it in a 3-pack, save you some money, or you can buy it already loose like this. I buy it in the brick. It saves me money, but it's also a little less expensive. But some people don't want to go through that, by making it and stuff like that. So just buy the loose. It doesn't matter. Equal Earth. You can find it at Pinellas County Reptiles, and they can ship it to you. That's cool. Now, here's the animals. What I do is I actually Equal Earth, water dish, obviously. Don't bury it too much. If you bury it too low, they'll get dirt on there. They'll end up getting dirt in there anyways. But if you fill it up all the way, then you just kind of do this. They'll drink from it. I've seen them plenty of times drinking from it. And my female shedded, so that was cool. And here they are. It's right here. Sorry for all the shakiness. Hey, my little fat tails. I'm gonna tell you right now what they don't like. Unlike other albino geckos, for some reason these guys hate light. Like, they really do. And I'm just gonna look around. You see I'm trying to hide for something? Like they're looking for somewhere to hide. Okay, let's take this out of here. What I'm doing right now is looking for eggs. You gotta be real careful when you do this. I've been doing this for years now, so I'm pretty good at kind of feeling them out. A lot of times my female, for some reason, will lay the eggs closer to her. Yo, that's crazy, look. It looks like a soybean or something. So, I don't know why, but... And you can see the difference between my female and my male. For some reason, she's thicker. Obviously, she carries eggs. So, she has eggs in her right now. I can see that. You can see right there, as she turns, you can see the little plump in the side, right there. One thing I do like about African fat tails, they're not aggressive at all. They're like real nice and sweet. I don't know why. They just are. But do not let them fool you. These guys will escape. They will. They don't mess around. Look at them. It's a little closer picture so you can actually see. When they're further away, for some reason the camera makes them look like they're white. But once you get closer to them, you'll see the orange. See how further away the color doesn't come in that good? But yeah, no eggs. But she has eggs, I can tell. And he's looking for a thing. Look at him. He rose up. He feels threatened. He's cute. Let's put him away so I don't stress out. There you go. And then pretty much Equal Earth. There you go. Now, one thing I do know about African fat tails, my guys, I raised them since little to eat like the phoenix worms, which is a soft body worm, really high in calcium. And also crickets and roaches. But most of the time, African fat tails prefer the chase of a cricket. So if your African fat tail isn't eating, and you're trying to feed them different stuff, just put out some well dusted crickets, with vitamin. You could put vitamin D. I think it's vitamin D3 or something like that in it. Calcium with it or something like that. But Zoom In makes a nice little product with that in already included. I like using the Repashy Calcium Plus. But to each their own. It doesn't really matter as long as they're getting the proper nutrition and not overdoing it, okay, guys? But these guys like to chase more. Like leopard geckos, a lot of them will chase more, but you can kind of just get them to just eat out of a dish easier. My guys will eat out of a dish. My guys will actually eat from my fingers. You seen that on the other video, me feeding my African fat tail a baby discoid. I don't give them the bigger ones because they're like harder. They're way bigger anyways. And they're a harder shell, so I don't really want to feed them anything that'll mess them up. But they like their roaches, they really do. If you can get your hands on some roaches, I highly recommend it. But with African fat tails, you know, just crickets is fine. Just throw some crickets in there. Don't overdo it because sometimes they get stressed out, so don't throw like 10 at one shot. You know, throw about 2 in there and let them chase them. They're really cute. They raise their tails up in the air and then they rattle them. They like it's pretty cool, like a rattlesnake, like that. And then they, boom, strike. So it's pretty cool. And that's how I keep them, believe it or not. I don't put 2 hides for this. I like my male with my female. Put a heat mat under here. I keep a heat mat under here at 85 degrees. Not like a leopard gecko at 89, 90 degrees. You want to keep these guys at 85 because they're more like a tropical type of a tropical forest or something like that. But they're not like, you know, they need this. And they don't need a moist hide, you know, like a leopard gecko needs a hide and then a moist hide. This is moist, so this is perfect for them. And you want to keep it like this. You don't want it too wet, you don't want it too dry. Just in between is just right. But I like these guys. They're an easy animal to work with, and I got future plans because I'm gonna be buying a whiteout, a couple of whiteouts, and some other really high contrast tangerines to breed all together here. I really like the whiteouts, and I like the whiteouts that have tangerine on them. Those are pretty cool. There's a lot of morphs now with this, like you know, but they're really expensive. It's like $2,000, and I'd rather not work with those kind of genetics. And a lot of just because it's a new morph doesn't necessarily appeal to me all the time. I go and look at different leopard gecko morphs and African fat tail morphs, and you know, people are like, hey, did you see the new? I'm like, I'm not being a hater. I just don't, you know, it doesn't appeal to me. And that's the beauty of owning reptiles. You don't necessarily have to like what everybody likes. If you only like a certain color, hey, then breed that color and then perfect that color, and then, you know, give it a little twist by you know, a little bit of line breeding, not too heavy, but a little bit of line breeding, and capture that color just the way you like it. Okay, so that's the beauty about you know the option to have so many different morphs out there. You know, some of these morphs I don't really like them. I don't really care for them. You know, I don't know if anybody agrees, but you know, it's to each their own. You know. Some people like every morph that comes out, they just get excited, and I do too. I'm like, whoa, because you could always potentially cross, you know, that color morph for something else and then create something else. But as an individual to buy that individual morph, I may not like it, or you may not like it. You know, some people may not like these tangerine African fat tails. They're tangerine albinos, African fat tails. Some people might like the patternless, which I love. I saw a striped patternless, which I thought was amazing. I also saw, what did I see? It was like a tangerine striped patternless. I don't know if I'm making that up, but I think it was that. I thought that was amazing. But you guys could Google all these morphs out there, and eventually, little by little, you know, these I just wanted to see what I'm working with. And I've dealt with these guys before when I worked at Pinellas County Reptiles, and I loved them, you know, from the gate. That's why I bought these guys. Literally, they were like this little, like that little, like they're so little, but they had a crazy appetite. And I don't know if it happens with all the African fat tails, but particularly with my African fat tail, you were able to tell that my male was a male when I got him, literally the size of my thumb. Like, he was really small, and I flipped him over, and he already had the pronounced pores the bulges, and I'm like, what? So I bought him, assuming that he was a male. And then I got my female, and she didn't have that. Same color, same size. So there you go. And I got a pair. Male, got eggs. There you go. So if these guys hatch out, I'll do an update because I'll be so excited, and I hope you will too. And hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a little long, but, you know, wanted to tell you some things about it. Mass 33, wrap.